another one of them had loaned my car and was supposedly paying me rent for it. I then didn't have any means of transport.
In America, Flo Conway and Jim Siegelman have been studying cults for the past 20 years. Their new research, which is about to be published, finds that Scientology has the worst long-term effects.
Among Scientologists in particular, people who come out of this group report to us very high levels of amnesia, memory loss, of insomnia, of disorientation, of hallucinations and delusions, of perceptions of bewildering psychic experiences that will plague them. In some instances, we've cataloged for up to 12 years after they leave the group.
Leaving Scientology was a traumatic experience for Gary Fry. Now married with a child, 2 years ago it was his mother's distress that broke through the Scientologist's control over his life.
The last straw was when my mum broke down into tears in front of me and basically startled with her emotions, startled me back into reality and what I was really doing in Scientology, what I was following.
Successful legal action secured the return of the £21,000 he'd paid them, but it was much harder to recover his mental health, though he says becoming a Christian helped.
It took me 2 months of real trauma in trying to leave it, and I went through times of suicidal depression, to times when I was just so depressed. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't understand what had happened to me. I couldn't understand what Scientology was all about.
While she was at Poole Mission, Ali kept hearing about this place, Saint Hill. This is where Scientology is controlled from in the UK. It's also the home of the C organisation, the dedicated elite core of the Church of Scientology. Ali's next task is to get inside what's regarded as the Holy of Holies amongst devotees of Scientology. Saint Hill Manor is just outside East Grinstead in Sussex. Ron Hubbard lived here until 1966. Ali is taken to the castle built in the grounds. This is where Scientology courses are taught, right up to the highest levels.
Okay. I went to St Hill just to look at the home of L. Ron Hubbard, and within an hour I was taken into the recruiter's office and I was asked if I wanted to join the C organisation.
Mm-hmm. Here it's just like very dedicated, and that's all you do, right? Like you get berths and bed and, you know.
Right.
It certainly is dedicated. The recruiting officer fails to mention that Ali will be required to sign this billion-year contract if she joins. But she does explain that clearing the planet is a very big task.
Our purpose is really big because obviously to clear Earth, you know, and it takes a long, long time, right?
Mm.
I mean, we're talking about 5 billion people on this planet.
Yeah.
Former Scientologist John Atack has collected an enormous archive on the bizarre system of beliefs that Ron Hubbard invented. Clearing the planet means taking everyone up to the secret OT or operating Thetan levels. It can cost Scientologists around £20,000 to discover these inner mysteries.
Once you've paid an enormous amount of money and signed a covenant of secrecy, and you get onto the third OT level, you're told that a galactic prince called Xenu, some 75 million years ago, rounded up the populations of 76 planets, averaging 178 billion per planet, and brought them to Earth and clustered them together using hydrogen bombs, having dumped them in volcanoes.
The spirits of these exiles, or Thetans as Hubbard called them, on release from the volcanoes attach themselves to human beings. Here's one of them on the cover of one of his many books.
Scientologists who are doing OT levels come to believe that they're inhabited by thousands of little alien spirits, extraterrestrial spirits, and they're basically seeking to exorcise these spirits which are governing their behaviour and reactions.
Meanwhile, the C organisation are determined to find out everything they can about Ali. She has to answer some very personal questions.
I had to list all of my sexual partners, everything I did with them, how many times, very, very detailed information. And I queried that because I was quite upset about that, and they said it was there to help me.
Scientology keeps records on everything its recruits reveal. This information has been used to silence former members.
I've yet to meet anybody who hasn't done something embarrassing in their life. And Scientology will inevitably find out about it.